I used to suggest in the beginning of my 4 p.m. segments that if all of you share this video, we will be bigger than CNN overnight. And I'd say share this video. The funny thing is, at the time, I was getting on my youtube.com/Timcast channel like 300 to 400,000 views. It was crazy back in 2020. And CNN was also getting massive views. That's the reality. The news is in. CNN hits 9-year low in ratings as Americans reject fake news. It's also just, it's not just fake news. It's also just ridiculously boring. Talking about Donald Trump all the time and other stupid nonsense. But it's apocalyptically bad, my friends. Let me tell you this. CNN has seen better days. The former cable news powerhouse has seen ratings drop at a rate not seen in nearly a decade. And despite being under new management, is still struggling to attract viewers. It's not going to recover. We know it's not because CNN actually gets a ton of views on YouTube. They don't do the live show like we do. So I wouldn't compare the two. But viewership patterns are changing, especially for a channel like CNN. Current Nielsen ratings reveal that CNN brought in just 444,000 average primetime viewers between January 16 and January 2022. Just 93,000 of those were in the 25 to 54 news demographic. This is the first time since May 2014 the network has not passed 450,000 viewer threshold, reports The Wrap. I would like to tell you a thing, my friends. I don't know if y'all were sharing the videos. Maybe you were. Many of you probably were. Many of you weren't. But at this point, someone pointed this out to me. They were like, Tim, being bigger than CNN is not that hard right now. You know, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. We are bigger. Timcast IRL averages way more than 93,000 viewers in the primetime slot. Granted, there's a mix of things, but the live show in the key demo is bigger than CNN. I just want you to understand that. I remember back during Occupy Wall Street, I'm walking around and I'd see these billboards and it's like CNN. I'd be in the airports traveling when I worked for Vice and I'd see CNN, and it's like, man, it's just everywhere. Ubiquitous. I wonder how many of those people that were in the ratings were watching it because they were a captured audience. You're in a hotel lobby, you have to watch it. They claim that TV means you're watching it. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know if they actually counted those numbers. But I remember thinking like, man, they're just so famous. They're ubiquitous. So many views. Not anymore. Timcast IRL is now bigger than CNN on average in prime time. So it is slightly different because we do a 2-hour-long show. But in that first hour, we get over 100 or some odd thousand viewers in the key demo. So for that hour that we're on, we're crushing CNN. And you know what? It may be because we are on that we are. But you'll love to see it. CNN is a garbage network that just pushes garbage. Check this out. In the same period, Fox News drew in 1.5 million viewers, with 176,000 being in the 25 to 54 demo. So let me make sure I have this right. They said they averaged primetime viewers. What is that? What does that mean? So at any one moment, is that how many they had? I don't think that's the case. I think it's for the hour slot. When you look at it's ad week, I think it'll say at 7 p.m. this is how many people they had, and we're bigger. Now we're not as big as Fox News. Sometimes we do better. We do. Sometimes it just depends on who we have on the show. So obviously with Steven Crowder, we're the. This is funny. When Steven Crowder came on the show, I think it's fair to say that we were the biggest primetime. It's crazy to say. The biggest primetime show in the key demo with 500,000 key demographic viewers in, I think it was like 350,000 in the first hour, 500K spanning 2 hours. So I don't know how you break that math down, but for the 1 hour slot from 8 to 9, I'm pretty sure we were the biggest in the key demo. Now Fox News is still bigger because they got all the older people, but key demo, that's the money demo. That's where the money's at. Look at this. MSNBC brought in 69,000 in the key demo. Holy crap. I would appreciate it if all of you would pop open whatever bubbly you got. Maybe you got a $15 bottle from the grocery store, but crack it open, pour yourself a drink. Talk about good news. Fake news. MSNBC. They're getting half of what we get. That's incredible. That's what you get for pushing nonstop Trump Orange Man bad. There's an old comedy sketch. I love it, where it was called like "Stop Making Me Defend Trump," and I'm like, that nails it. For regular people, it's like, dude, I get it. You don't like the guy, but stop making me defend him. You all have been in a similar situation where someone will be like, did you watch Rachel Maddow last night? She said that Donald Trump works for the Soviet Union. And then you'd be like, my guy, the Soviet Union dissolved in what, like, was it like 91 or something? Like, they don't exist. And then they're like, why are you defending Trump? I'm not defending Trump. I'm telling you the Soviet Union dissolved. Like, it's not a real thing. It's gone. And they're like, you must be a Trump supporter. Okay, not literally that, but I've had that happen to me. People would be like, did you hear Donald Trump was like praising a bunch of Nazis or something? And then I'm like, well, no, he said they should be condemned totally. I think he was talking about the people protesting the statue. And they were like, why are you defending Trump? Are you a Trump supporter? I'm like, no, you were wrong. Care about Trump? So don't come out here and bloviate. I watched the news and they said Donald Trump. Get out of here, man. I'm sick of the nonsense. You can like Trump. You can hate Trump. I don't care. Just don't make garbage up. CNN, now known for being a corporate mouthpiece that is willing to spread DNC propaganda, like the Russiagate hoax, has recently gone through a purge and remodeling that saw Don Lemon demoted. Starchy broadcaster Brian Stelter fired. Oof, that's gotta sting, eh, Brian? With all the garbage fake news that you spread while sitting up on your highest being like, I'm fighting fake news. I'm fighting fake news. And then he's just spreading it like crazy. Don't watch other channels, only watch us. Propagandist liar. Anyway, and Chris Cuomo. Yeah, that was funny. Chris Cuomo faked being in quarantine. Lemon, along with his morning show host, co-host Poppy Harlow and Caitlin Collins, are growing frustrated with the network. Oh, too bad. The show can't decide strategically what exactly it is. So it's trying to be everything that can create a whiplash for a viewer when segments seem off-brand in tonality, said one insider. The audience for morning news on network TV is different from cable news audience. And since we're not gaining new viewers, we definitely need to retain our legacy ones. You know what we're going to do here at Timcast? We talked about it recently. We are going to do a show like The View. I was ragging on Whoopi Goldberg a bit earlier. Didn't mention this, but the idea is a morning live show. Because I was talking about wanting to do a morning live show, and we trialed it. I don't like doing it. I just don't like doing it. I'm thinking 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., and we get 4 moderate moms to talk about news and issues they care about. We'll have a producer to fact check and handle camera switching, and they can, you know, if something is said, that we can look it up. We will have a live chat, so if something is incorrect, y'all can correct it. So if we end up with someone saying like what Whoopi Goldberg did, where she was like, do we got to see, you know, white people be beaten? Then the chat's going to say, this happens, here's a video, and the producer will chime in and say, guys, actually, that does happen. We got a video, someone linked to us right here. It's actually fairly brutal. We're not going to show it, but you were wrong about that. And they'll go, wow, okay. But I've had a lot of moms say to me, I don't want to say just young moms, because it's moms of varying ages from like late 20s to, you know, mid 40s, talk about how there's no moderate political show for moms to watch and relate to. It's like you get the nightly dude talk podcasts where it's like a guy being like, I go elk hunting, politics. And then you have The View where it's like, we're women and we have no idea what's going on, but let us, you know, opine on it. And so they're like, can't we get like better informed women who want to talk about these issues? And I was like, sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. I'm down. As like a morning show for moms. You got to do it. Be like what The View is supposed to be, but more well informed, I suppose. I think it's a great idea. I think maybe not 10 a.m. It might make sense to do earlier than that. I'm not entirely sure. Like 11 to noon might actually be the better time slot. And that's perfect, actually, because then it doesn't interfere with any of the other content we're doing. And it's a good time, like mid-morning. You're up, you're awake, you're eating. But I'm going to talk. We've got a lot of people that are interested, and we're waiting for the new studio to get built. So I think it's definitely something we're going to go for. I'm really excited. You know, obviously we have Pop Culture Crisis, which is pop culture talk, and that's from 3 to 5 p.m. So it's an afternoon show where you can talk about celebrity stuff. I think we're going to start ramping up marketing for them very, very soon. And I think that's, it's a really good bet. Pop culture, celebrity news, video games, and culture and stuff. A little bit of drama mixed in sometimes. And then I think a morning show, probably not too dissimilar from Timcast IRL, to be honest, but I think it would be more relatable to women and moms talk about issues they care about. Whereas we typically have like a dude fest. We got Hannah Claire Brimolo. She's on the show periodically now, coming back in with Luke Bountout, and then Libby Emmons often. But I'm thinking, make something. Just, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good bet. Meanwhile, we'll just continue to watch CNN struggle and fail. And I'm glad. The old guard, time to go. Maybe there will come a day when Timcast is old guard and everyone's on their virtual talk show, live, whatever, studio audience, and they're like, we don't watch YouTube. That's for old people. And we'll be 70 being like, I'm on YouTube and this is what you got to do. And, maybe times change, huh? For the time being, we're going to keep doing what we can. So thanks for sharing our videos. Thanks for being a member at timcast.com for those that are. And stick around. I got another segment coming up in a few minutes, and we'll see you all then.